Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Nike Programming World channel. So today we are going to discuss an important topic which is most useful in your BTech maths, particularly in the chapter of what you call vector calculus. So this chapter is not only useful for a semester exams and also it is useful for your machine learning and artificial intelligence career. So uh, now today, yeah, we'll just discuss the statement and theorem equation of a gas divergence, and we'll move on to a problem. And with the detailed explanation, I'll cover this video. Right? Okay. Now, let me read the gas divergence theorem statement. If V is a volume, see here. If V is a volume bounded by a closed surface, yes, and if a vector function f bar is continuous and has a continuous partial derivatives in v and s, then double integral f bar dot n cap or the region surface s or the surface s is equal to triple integral over the volume divergence of f bar. I'll be repeating the equation only. I'll be repeating the equation only once again. Please listen carefully. Double integral over the surface f bar dot n cap ds is equal to triple integral over the volume is equal to triple integral over the volume divergence of f bar dv divergence of f bar dv, right? So I'll be highlighting this thing in a box. I'll be highlighting this thing in a box. So double integral f bar dot n cap ds is equal to triple integral divergence of per dv. Now you will be getting doubt what is divergence and how to find divergence. Divergence is nothing but like a gradient, as we already covered in your earlier topic. What is gradient or what is divergence? Gradient and divergence are same. They are vectors, partial derivative vectors. So I bar into dou f bar by dou x plus j bar into dou f bar by dou y plus k bar into dou f bar by dou z. The only difference between the gradient and divergence of f bar vector is gradient is founded for a scalar and divergence is founded for a vector. I am repeating once again the formula of divergence. It is I bar into dou f bar by dou x plus j bar into dou f bar by dou y plus k bar into dou f bar by dou z. It is divergence of f bar. Most probably it is written like this: divergence of f bar. Sometimes del dot f bar. Sometimes del dot f bar. Right, see here. So now without any delay, we will start the problem. Now verify Gauss divergence theorem for a vector field defined by f bar is equal to 4xz I bar minus y square j bar plus yz k bar. I am highlighting the question particularly. See here. F bar is equal to 4xz I bar minus y square j bar plus yz k bar, where S is the surface of the cube. See here, F is the surface of the cube bounded by the lines x is equal to 0, x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 0, y is equal to 1 and z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 1, z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 1. I am repeating the limits once again. X is equal to 0, x is equal to 1, y is equal to 0, y is equal to 1, z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 1. By now itself, from seeing the question, you can able to imagine the figure as a 3D figure. Since we are having both x, y and also z, we will be getting a 3D figure. We will be getting a 3D figure. That means a three-dimensional figure and also graph. Now see here. But as usual and as told earlier, first, whether we are doing Green's theorem or whether we are doing Stokes theorem or Gauss divergence theorem, first you have to write the theorem equation for Gauss divergence theorem. That is very important and that will fetch you marks whenever examiner sees the theorem equation first. So that will give you a good impression. So let me write in the yellow ink. See here. Gauss divergence theorem statement. Gauss divergence theorem statement implies double integral over the surface f bar dot n cap ds should be equal to triple integral over the volume divergence of f bar. See here, that is what the theorem states. Divergence of f bar dv. Divergence of f bar dv. Now it is the Gauss divergence theorem statement. Now you have to write the given equation. Then you have to write the limits. Okay, yeah, let me change the ink color. Yes, see here, given f bar is equal to 4xz I bar minus y square j bar plus yz k bar. 4xz I bar minus y square j bar plus yz k bar. It is given question. Now the limits are x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1, comma y is equal to 0 and y is equal to 1, comma z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 1. Z is equal to 1. Now from the limits we can clearly draw a diagram. So let me draw the diagram in the next page. So be careful, since I am drawing with the pen tablet, so I may not be perfect with the straight lines, but please kindly adjust here. Okay, so let me draw the diagram first. Yeah, this origin, so I am assuming this as x-axis, I am assuming this as y-axis, and I am assuming this line as z-axis. So x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, and the limits are x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1, y is equal to 0 and y is equal to 1, and z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 1. Z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 1. Now let me draw the diagram with the other ink. Yes, see here, x is equal to 0 means this point, and x is equal to 1 means somewhere here on the x-axis at a distance of 1, so it will be, this point will be a. Let us assume this point as a, at a distance of 1, and similarly y is equal to 0 means here, and y is equal to 1 means here at a distance of 1. Z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 1 here at a distance of 1. So I am assuming this point as B and assuming this point as C. So now see here. Now when we join this to form a cube, x is equal to 1 means this line, that means it will be parallel to z axis like this. A new plane will be formed. Like this, where these points form a 3 different planes in the diagram. It is an unnecessary thing. Be careful while drawing the diagram. With utmost care, I completed the diagram here successfully. the notations what we are giving is most important thing in this problem. So O, A, B, C, and this point is exactly parallel to A, so I am giving it as in order D, and this point above B I am giving it as E, and this point parallel to C, so I can write it as F. Okay, let me now see here. I've given you all the notations, D here and E here, F here and G, which is completely in the space. Okay, I've given you the limits, and I've given you the notations here: OA, OB, OC, D, E, D, E, F and Z. Now, the first and foremost thing we have to do is to write, to draw a table, that is very important thing, so let me uh, draw with the, I think there is no table option here, so let me draw manually. So that is very important, that is, yeah, first we have to write surface, and you have to write the equation as usual, and you have to write n cap, and you have to write the ds value. Now consider x limits, now x is somewhere here on the line, x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1. It is the line x is equal to 1. This point at a we got the line x is equal to 1. That means we should consider it as surface 1. So the plane will be AEZD. AEZD is the plane. AEZD is the plane. Remember one thing, I am telling you the equation of that line, x is equal to 1. X is equal to 1. That means we have to consider here different planes. First of all, let me consider the first plane, AEZD. AEZD. So I am assuming this as surface 1. Since it is lying completely in the YZ plane, since it is completely lying in the I'm sorry, x is equal to 1 line. X is equal to 1 line means AEZD. See here, at a distance of 1 unit from the origin on x-axis. So this is the plane. This plane is a distance of this entire plane AEZD. This entire plane is at a distance of 1, from the origin. So the equation will be x is equal to 1. Similarly, regarding x only, we'll get one more equation, that is x is equal to 0. Since we are having two limits, x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1. X is equal to 1 means which is at the plane which is at lying at 1 distance from origin, that is AEZD. Now the plane which is at 0, which is at the origin, okay, parallel to same AEZD is OBFC. Listen carefully and see carefully. OBFC. That is S2. OBFC. Okay. OBFC. The equation will be x is equal to 0. And the n cap for both will be, n cap for first AEZD will be I bar. And the n cap for S2, x is equal to 0 will be negative I bar. Since it is lying on the origin and we have to move backwards, so that we have to assume it as a minus I bar, and the ds will be here since it is lying on the x-axis, so the ds will be dz. That means if it is here I, we have to write remaining variables yz. If it is here j, we have to write xz. If it is here k, we have to write xy. Okay, like that. This is cyclic manner. Now in the same manner, write the surfaces for y corresponding to y. Now consider y is equal to 1 here. First, y is equal to 1. Y is equal to 1. That means the plane which is at a distance of 1 from the y-axis, from the origin in the direction of y-axis, from the origin in the direction of y-axis, from the origin in the direction of y-axis. See here, from the origin in the direction of y-axis means EBFG. EBFG, write it here, EBFG. Assume it as S3, and it is j cap, and we'll write it as dx dz. J cap means dx dz. Okay, so now EBFC is third plane. Now we have got one more y value, that is y is equal to 0. Y is equal to 0, and we have to select plane which is parallel to EBFZ. EBFZ ki parallel. So that means we have to take OADC. OADC right here. OADC, which is nothing but S4 plane, and it is minus j cap, and ds will be same, dx and dz. Now for z surface EBFZ, similarly, now for z is equal to 1, for z is equal to 1, for z is equal to 1 means we have to select a plane which is at a distance of 1 from origin in the z direction. From origin in the z direction means like this. So we have to select the plane CDGF, 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 S5 plane, CDGF, S5, and the n cap will be k, and the surface will be dx dy, and similarly for z is equal to 0, S6, okay. S6. So I'm unable to write here, so I'm writing here. It will be OAEB. So it will be minus k cap, and here dx dy. That means since it is a problem on surfaces and also three-dimensional figure, we have to consider planes, not lines. In the earlier problem in Green's theorem, we have considered lines, since it is a two-dimensional figure or two-dimensional problem involving only in two dimension. But Gauss divergence theorem is applicable for three-dimensional figures, so we have to consider planes. And accordingly we'll write equation of plane, and that we'll also write n cap and ds. Now, okay, now see here. Now we have to write the question here. Now, but the given question is f bar is equal to 4xz I bar, 4xz I bar minus y square z bar plus yz k bar plus yz k bar. Now the Gauss divergence theorem states that f bar dot n cap ds is equal to divergence of f bar dv. I'm showing here. See here, this is the equation. F bar dot n cap ds is equal to divergence of f bar dv. Now we'll find out divergence of f bar. So what is divergence formula? Very simple. I bar into dou f bar by dou x plus j bar into dou f bar by dou y plus k bar into dou f bar by dou z. That means I bar into now we have to partial derivate with respect to x. Okay, so it will be 4xz now. When we derivate with respect to z, x will become 1, so remaining is 4z I bar, plus j bar into with respect to y we have to derivate. That means we will get minus 2y j bar plus k bar into dou by dou z, means only y k bar That means we have to only derivate the corresponding directions only, corresponding variables in the corresponding directions only. That means this thing only with we have to derivate with respect to x, and this thing only we have to derivate with respect to y, and this thing only we have to derivate with respect to z. Now I bar dot I bar will become 1, z bar dot z bar will become 1, and k bar dot k bar will become 1. So the remaining part will be 4z minus 2y plus y. That means we'll get 4z minus y. That means we'll get 4z minus y. We'll get 4z minus y. So divergence of f bar 4z minus y. Okay. So this is the divergence formula. Now we have to do integration. Since we have to do integration, since because the RHS is nothing but triple integral over the volume divergence of f bar ds, divergence of f bar dv, dv means volume now. Since volume is x by z, dv will become dx dy dz, right here. Triple integral, what is divergence of f bar? 4z minus y, 4z minus y, dx dy dz. So and the x limits varies from 0 to 1, y limits vary from 0 to 1, z limits vary from 0 to 1. Now integrate step by step, okay, by considering the innermost integral first. See here. So 0 to 1, 4z minus y dx, 4z minus y dx. It will become 4zx. Since we are integrating with respect to x, so the variables other than x are constants. So it will become 4z into integral 1 dx. It will become x and minus yx over the limits 0 to 1. Now the answer is 4z into 1 minus 0 minus y into 1 minus 0. The answer is 4z minus y, 4z minus y. So the innermost integral answer is 4z minus y. Now again we have two more integrals, 0 to 1, 4z minus y, 4z minus y with respect to dy dz, dz. Now we have to do with respect to y. So it will become integral 4z dy minus integral y dy. So 4z into integral 1 dy. Since we are integrating with respect to dy, so other than y remaining are all constants, minus integral y dy. So 4z into integral 1 is y minus integral y is y square by 2 over the limit 0 to 1, over the limit 0 to 1. So now it will become 4z into 1 minus 1 by 2 into 1 square minus 0. So 4z minus 1 by 2, 4z minus 1 by 2, right? Now we have to do the final integration with respect to dx. So dz 0 to 1, 4z minus 1 by 2 dz. Okay, now integral 4z will become 4 into z integration z square by 2 minus 1 by 2 into integral 1 by 2 means only z will come 0 to 1. So 4 by 2 means 2 1s are 2 2s are. So 2 into 1 square minus 0 minus 1 by 2 into 1 minus 0 will become 2 1s are 2 minus 1 by 2. 2 minus 1 by 2 is 3 by 2. 2 minus 1 by 2 is 3 by 2. So this is RHS. This is RHS. I am putting it as equation 1. Okay, I am making it as equation 1. Okay, listen carefully. I am explaining you the steps what we have done till now. See here. First, after reading the question, what we have to write? We have to write Gauss divergence theorem formula or equation. It states that double integral over the surface S f bar dot n cap ds is equal to triple integral divergence of f bar, Then we have to write question and then we have to write limits. X is equal to 0, x is equal to 1, y is equal to 0, y is equal to 1, and z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 1. And then we have to form a cube. We have to form a cube. Since we know that it is a cube already given, and we have to draw the diagram. Now I told you the next step is very important. We have to form a table. Why? Because as earlier in the Green's theorem, it is a two-dimensional figure. It is a problem involving two-dimensional figure. But now Gauss divergence involves the problem in three-dimensional manner, right? That means in the earlier problem, we have considered the line equations along OA, along OB, along AB. But now, since it is a 3D figure, we have to consider planes irrespective of lines. Other than lines, we have to consider planes. That means, see here, we have to consider planes. First, we have to form the cube or figure. Then we have to consider planes. How we have to consider planes? See here, we are given limits x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1, y is equal to 0 and y is equal to 1, z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 1. That means we are given 6 limits, so we will be getting 6 different planes. First consider x is equal to 1. That means we have to consider a plane which is on the x-axis at a distance of 1 from the origin. Now since it is x-axis at a distance of 1, the plane is here. AEZD. That's why I have considered AEZD. Now on the same limits, we are getting one more limit in the same axis. X is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 means like this. At this point only, at this point, the plane which is parallel to AZD is OBFC. Like that. Along y is equal to 1. Along y is equal to 1 means plane lying on the y-axis at a distance of 1. Since it is y-axis at a distance of 1, we have to consider BEFG plane. Y is equal to 0 means OA DC. Like that. Z is equal to 1 means lying on the z-axis at a distance of 1 from origin. Since here, from origin, z-axis means this thing. Okay, at a distance of 1 on the z-axis. That means the plane DCFG, CDO. Like that, we will be getting 6 different planes. Okay. And for each surface and for each equation, we will be getting different n caps. That means if you are getting x-axis, the n cap will be I, and the surface will be perpendicular to that. Means if you are getting I, we will be getting dy dz. We will be getting y here, we will be getting j bar, and here we will be getting xz. And if you are getting z here, you will be getting k bar, k cap here, and in the surface you will be getting dx, dy. Now we have to find the divergence. So how to find divergence? First write the f bar in the given question. Whatever is given in the question, we have to write it as it is, and we have to find divergence. Divergence is very easy. I've told you formula. Divergence is finding out the partial derivatives of the corresponding I direction, corresponding y direction, and corresponding z direction. So we have to partial derivate with respect to x, whatever is before I, and we have to derivate with respect to y, whatever is before j, and we have to partial derivative with respect to z, whatever is before k. So I bar into dou f by dou x plus j bar into dou f by dou y plus k bar into dou f by dou z. So I bar into the this thing we have to derivate with respect to x, and this thing we have to derivate with respect to y, and this thing we have to derivate with respect to z. So we will be getting the answer as 4z minus y. Okay, 4z minus. Now, so substitute the divergence value in the RHS limit. So RHS function is triple integral divergence of f bar dv. So dv means dx, dy, dz. So we have to integrate, and we know the limits of x, y, z. So if we integrate correspondingly and carefully, we will be getting the answer as 3 by 2. Okay. Now we have to find out LHS. That means what is LHS in the equation? LHS is double integral over the surface f bar dot n cap ds is equal to, very important, double integral over s1 plus double integral over s2 plus double integral over s3 plus double integral over s4 plus double integral over s5 plus double integral over S6. Since it is a 3D figure, it has 6 different faces. That means 6 different planes. Now, consider double integral or S1. What is S1 here? Double integral. S1 means whatever we already written here, right? AEZD. 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 Okay. So AEZD means we have to write the plane equation. Okay, now first write the f bar. F bar means 4xz I bar minus y square z bar plus yz k bar. It is f bar. See here, f bar means 4xz I bar minus y square j bar plus yz k bar into aezd. What is n cap for aezd? What is n cap for aezd? I bar. N cap for AZ is I bar, and ds will be dy dz. Substitute as it is. That's it. Substitute as it is. So I bar into dy dz. I bar into dy z. I bar or I cap into dy dz. That means since it is a dot product, since it is a dot product, we will be getting only the I bar things. That means 4xz I bar into I bar will be only 4xz. J bar into I bar will be 0, K bar into I bar will be 0. That means you will be getting only 4xz. Double integral dy dz over the limit 0 to 1, over the limit 0 to 1. Right? Now, since we are integrating with respect to y here first, so it will become consider. First consider the innermost integral. So 4xz dy. Since we are integrating with respect to dy, x and z are constants, so I'll be getting a 4xz into integral 1 dy. So that means 4xz into y over the limit 0 to 1. It will become 4xz into 1. Now we have to do outermost integral part. It will become 0 to 1. 4xz dz. Since we are integrating with respect to z, we should consider z as only variable remaining as constant. So I can write 4x as the outside. So 4x into integral z dz. So 4x into what is integral z? Is z square by 2. And the limit is equal to 1. So 2 1s are 2 2s are. So 2x into, I'm sorry, let me erase this stuff. Yeah. So 2x into 1 square minus 0 square is 1. So the answer is 2x. The answer is 2x. The answer is 2x. Okay, clear? So in the similar manner, we have to find every integral. But since the x value is 1, we know that. Why? Because on AEZD plane, what is x value? It is 1. So we'll be substituting here 2 into 1. The value is 2. The value is 2. Similarly, we have to do integration for S2 also. We have to do integration for S2 also. S2 means which plane? S2 means which plane? See here. S2 means OBFC plane. OBFC plane, x is equal to 0 minus I cap dy dz. Right? As it is. Right? As it is. Okay. See here. So for my convenience, so S2 means OBFC. OBFC, that means we have to write integral double integration. First f bar dot n cap means f bar dot n cap ds. That means we have to do integration for f bar means here 4xz I bar, 4xz I bar minus y square j bar plus yz k bar plus yz k bar dot n cap. So what is n cap for OBFC? It is minus I bar. Already shown here, right? Already shown here. I have already shown here n cap. I bar n cap will be a minus I bar, and x is equal to 0 here, and the ds will be dy dz. ds will be dy dz. So dy dz. Now when we have to multiply, dot product means we have to multiply only the I bar with I bar. So we will be getting minus 4xz. So remaining part 0 dy dz. And again, if we substitute x is equal to 0, Why? Because it is lying on the line x is equal to 0. See here, x is equal to 0. So you will be getting the entire answer as 0. Since we if we substitute x is equal to 0 here, the entire answer will be 0. The entire answer will be 0. Yes, that's it. So similarly, we have to find S3. Similarly, we have to find S3. Okay, like that. Now S3. What is S3 here? EBFZ. S3 here is EBFZ. EBFZ, and the y value is 1. Let me copy these things first here. Okay. Right, I'll show you here first. It will be good for you. Writing here. S3 is EBFZ. S3 is EBFZ. EBFZ, and y value is y is equal to 1, and n cap is j bar, and surface is dx dy. Surface is dx dy. Surface is dx dy, and y is equal to 1 here. See here. Now we have to integrate. We have to integrate f bar dot n cap ds. Bar dot n cap ds. So that will be equal to double integral. What is f bar? It is 4xz I bar minus y square j bar plus yz k bar dot n cap n is j bar, and the surface is dx dy. Now see here, since n cap is j bar, you will be getting only j bar thing. So we will be not getting I bar, and also we will not getting k bar. Since it is a dot product, we will be getting j bar only. That means minus y square j bar dot j bar means only y square will be getting. Only minus y square will be getting. That is a basic rule. Dot product means only I bar dot I bar will become 1. I bar dot j bar will become 0. I bar dot k bar will become 0. Dot product means we will be getting answer only for the same planes. That means j bar will be multiplying with j bar only. Remaining will be 0. Now, what are the limits for x and y? What are the limits for x and y? That we have to find. Since we already know that the limits for anything here is 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 1. Since it's a cube of side 1, so that means the limits are always 0 to 1, 0 to 1. Now see here. Right. Already we know that y value is 1. So substitute that here. Substitute that thing here. 0 to 1, 0 to 1. Minus 1 square means minus 1 dx dy. So the innermost part will be 0 to 1 minus 1 dx. That means we'll be getting minus x 0 to 1. That means minus 1, and outermost part will be 0 to 1 minus 1 dy. So it will be also minus 1 into y. So minus 1 into 1, that will become minus 1. That will become minus 1, right? And similar fashion, now we have to do for S4. So let me change thing here. Now we have to do for S4. First, before doing S4, let me show what is S4 here. See here, S4 means OADC. So write all those things. Y is equal to 0, and the n cap will be minus j bar, and surface is dx dz. So it is OADC. It is OADC. It is OADC, and y value is 0, and n cap will be minus j bar, and the surface is dx dz. Surface is dx dz. Now we have to write the function here. What is function here? 4xz I bar, 4xz I bar minus y square j bar plus yz k bar dot n cap. N cap means minus j bar, and the surface is dx dz. So it will be, we already know that I bar dot j bar is 0 and k bar dot j bar is 0. So the remaining thing is only this thing. So double integral minus into minus plus y square into j bar means 1. So dx dz. But since y is equal to 0, the entire value will be 0. So therefore S4 is also equal to 0. Now in the similar fashion, find integral S5. First, before doing integral S5, first write the plane equation of S5. It is CDGF, CDGF. Okay, see here, CDGF, CDGF. And the equations are Z is equal to 1, K bar dx dy, right? That's CDGF. Okay, so the equations are Z is equal to 1 and the n cap will be K bar, n cap will be K bar, and the surface are dx and dy, surface are dx and dy. So that will be double integral 4xz I bar minus y square j bar plus yz k bar dot n cap means k bar, n cap means k bar, and this dx dy, surface means dx dy. So when we are doing dot product with respect to k bar, only the k bar things will remain, remaining will be 0. So double integral yz, double integral yz dx dy, and already we know that the limits are 0 to 1 and 0 to 1. Since we are integrating with respect to dx first, both yz are constants, we will be getting yz into x 0 to 1, so yz into 1, and now we have to do integration with respect to dy. So double integral yz dy, sorry, only single integral will remain 0 to 1, and z will be constant, and integral y is y square by 2 or the limit is 0 to 1, so we'll be getting z by 2, we'll be getting z by 2 as s5 value. So this is s5, this is s5, z by 2, but since z is equal to 1, the answer is 1 by 2, the answer is 1 by 2. Put z is equal to 1 here, we'll be getting 1 by 2. Now in the similar fashion, I'm writing here itself the last thing, that is S6. The last thing, that is S6. So double integral S6. Now what is the equation of S6? Again we have to go back to thing. Yeah, see here S6. What is S6 here? It is OA EB, and the equation is Z is equal to 0. The n cap is minus k bar and ds is dx dy. ds is dx dy. First write this thing. See here, the plane equation is OAEB. The plane equation is OAEB, and the line is z is equal to 0, and the n cap is minus k bar. N cap is minus k bar, and the surface of dx and dy. Surface of dx and dy. So double integral f bar. F bar means 4xz I bar. 4xz I bar minus y square j bar plus yz k bar plus yz k bar dot n cap. N cap means minus k bar over the region dx dy, over the region dx and dy. Okay, now see here, since we are doing dot product, only k bar things will remain, remaining things will be 0, so we will be getting a double integral minus yz or the limit dx and dy. Since z is equal to 0 here, if you put z is equal to 0 here, so 0 and anything will be 0, so ultimately the answer is 0. The ultimate answer is 0. Since z is equal to 0, see here, z is equal to 0, the answer is 0. So S6 value is 0. Now we have to find the entire LHS, means f bar dot n cap ds will be equal to sum of all things s1 plus s2 plus s3 plus s4 plus s5 plus s6. Okay, so let me add all those things. S1 we got answer is 2, and s2 is 0, and s3 as minus 1. Let me finish these things. 2 plus 0 plus minus 1, and s4 0, s5 1 by 2, s4 0, s5 1 by 2, and s6 also 0. So that means 2 minus 1 and 1 by 2. That means 2 minus 1 plus 1 by 2. That will be 1 plus 1 by 2. That will be 3 by 2. This is LHS. LHS is equal to 3 by 2, and already we got RHS value as 3 by 2. RHS value as 3 by 2. So LHS is 3 by 2 and RHS is equal to 3 by 2. Therefore LHS is equal to RHS, and hence Gauss divergence theorem is verified. Thank you. Have a nice day.